Okay, I love you guys. I love you.
Thanks.
We love you too,
Thank
man.
you. We love everyone from the community.
Hey, there's
Okay, so just to explain to you how the AMA would work, we have three phases. The first one is we are going to do a short roundtable about the three of us, our backgrounds, just to give the community who is involved as a community in this project, community owned again. Then we're gonna have some of the most asked questions about the project that we saw on Telegram. Then at the third part, we're gonna have a Q&A where you can ask all your questions, and we're really interested to know what are the issues that you have at the same time with Spore, with working with Avalanche, with moving from BSC to Avalanche, or with working with Spore in BSC. Go ahead, Alberto.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'll start, I guess. So I'm just, I am a medical doctor. I come from Peru. I have like back +9. I came to France to study a degree in structural biology, and then I am doing a PhD in bioresearch. I'm developing some new medication for influenza virus, and I started investing. I mean, I learned about blockchain like 2 years ago, and I developed a project to do some kind of medical prescription things. And I work on it on Python, and I've been working trying to push it into a paper. And I never knew that I could really make money on on crypto until I started investing in October. And then I went into DeFi just in January, I think. And I earned some good money, but then I started getting rug pulled, like, I don't know, every day. And I lost so much money, and I was so pissed because there were so many people that, I mean, I could see the potential of DeFi, but just so many people, the same developers, doing the same thing over and over again, like scamming people, and I hate it, and I just learned Solidity really fast. I found the Tardigrades project that was really nice, and I just set up, I created this contract. I changed a little bit, I tested it a little bit, I tested some stuff. I have some friends also in the crypto cloud community, and with them we started thinking about developing another project. And one of those tests that I was doing was a Spore Finance. That it was a project that I had been thinking about for a long time. I had in my mind, and I was thinking, okay, how spores spread, and they're resistant in environment, and they go all over the world, and the old plants were also developed like this. And I just thought, okay, well, this is a really nice concept. I'm just going to put a really, really big number, so they can spread everywhere. And I just deployed a contract with a time lock, 24 hours. And what I did is I burned all the liquidity pool. And then I just posted on Reddit. I posted on Medium. I posted on Facebook. I did a Twitter as well. I created a Twitter, and I said, okay, this is the fair launch. And then I decided to launch it in Avalanche because it's a really nice network. It's super.
Thank you.
Yes, and I came out of no Avalanche like maybe 1 week before I deployed, but then I said, okay, I'm going to deploy it there.
Perfect. Just to try to add to the story, because well, we saw that Alberto, who is a medical doctor, so working a lot with all of the epidemiology, had this idea of spreading the spores. And my story, my background is a bit different because I'm a computer scientist actually, and I was in Télécom Paris, which is one of the leading schools in computer science in France. I heard actually about Bitcoin in 2010 when a crazy friend of mine asked me if he could actually run a mining rig in our school, and I didn't know what Bitcoin was. I just wanted to have fun and party a bit. So I was stupid at the time, and then I got seriously into crypto in 2016. I went through the bull, the bear, the research during the bear, the desert, and then found out about Avalanche when I was looking at really innovative consensus algorithms. And then I'm actually a data scientist as well, so I do a lot of analytics. I was a director of data science for 10 years in a consultancy firm here in Paris. And we actually stumbled upon Spore in a very it was a chance because Alberto posted it on Medium. We didn't know who Alberto was. We didn't know this guy who did some tests about contracts. We knew DeFi, of course, and we wanted to test how these new contracts were. And we saw this guy who was working alone on something that is very fair, and he just left the ownership, and we said, okay, a group of people with our background, with our degree, can bring a vision to this project with Alberto in and give it really a sense of meaning for the community. And the idea for us was to say, who can be involved as developers, and we brought together one developer who was with us from the beginning, who is Louis, who developed the bridge for BSC, for example. We had Alberto, who works on the website, Guillaume, and also, of course, also Ney Renoir, who is with us also today, and I'll let him speak also to share his experience about this project, his first experience. Let's say it's the genesis of the project, the first experience, and then we'll deep dive into some other questions. And then they started working on the developing the website, and then the ideas came in from the community. The ideas about the NFTs, about putting together like these algorithmic NFTs that Alberto thought of from the beginning, and putting them together with the marketplace, with the force of Avalanche of having this speed and finality together, and then all this community was made around the project, and we had people from finance come to the project as well, and it's truly incredible, and we want to thank the community for that, actually, so because it's really incredible. So now, Ney Renoir, if you wanna say also your story about the project and how you felt about it from the beginning, how you discovered it, that would be great also for the community.
Sure. I would like to present myself. I would like to say I have a pedigree, but I'm actually just a web developer, at least certified. I've always loved programming, and I started programming when I was 8. Then, took some rest until I was 14, and then I started programming non-stop. But the truth is, I have nothing going for me other than being like a crazy programmer. But still, I found out about Spore Finance by pure chance. I was in an Avalanche trading group, not official, a very select one. And there was this guy who came in and said, "Hey, there is this new project on Avalanche, and I'm gonna throw 2 Avalanche on it, and let's see what happens." So I was kind of late to the party. It was still the first day of the project. Apparently, that guy managed to grab like 2% of the entire supply with just a quarter of an AVAX. And then 4 hours later, he sold for 30 AVAX, I think. He's kind of salty right now. I gotta admit.
Is he with us in the group here? Like, listen.
I think not. I think he left. I think he left. I told him to reinvest several times.
I remember.
You're missing out. And he did not reinvest. So yeah, well, he's kind of salty. But that's how I found out about Spore. I threw a few AVAX at it. I wasn't expecting it to have this explosive growth. I knew it would grow, but not to this extent.
I think no one knew that it would grow at this extent, and the beauty of it is that it's all the community around. So if we want to like summarize this project is it's community owned, and it will be one of the most leading community coins out there, because it's really, there is no like there is no catch where the burn where how the mechanic works. Everything is clear. No one has the contracts. Everything is really smooth going on, and also because it has this crossover between two chains, it's actually amazing.
Yeah,
That's how
I wanted to add some ideas about it. Well, I come from this. I have this bio background, and I know a lot about living organisms. And I know that maybe for some people want order, but sometimes what you really think is order, it's actually just synthetic order, And what really happens is that when you have, for example, a tree that is growing, it is growing in a really organized way somehow. And I think that living organisms, and people, because we are living organisms, we can organize in some way, and we can grow, and it can grow organically. And this is exactly what happened with Spore. And I always knew it. I think I knew it because I have some chats with the first holders, and I was explaining them about tokenomics, how it has to work, why they had to burn, because there was a big burn of the supply. Like they burned like 20% of the supply because they understood. They understood that you cannot own, like you cannot make it fair. If you're holding so much of the supply, and they say, and then after some time they realize it and they burn it all.
everyone's going to lose actually. If they didn't do it, everyone was losing.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
wouldn't have everyone. The one wasn't it.
Exactly, you have to give. I gave all the liquidity pool. I don't care because you have to understand that this project and all these things is not only one person. It's impossible for one person to do everything, and you can do it in a synthetic way. You can pay like a lot of marketing people, just to make a big push, and then cash out, or you can make it organic, and then you can see the graphic. I've seen it. It looks really organic, it's just people that just joining in, they wait, they hold, keeps going up, because this is a different way of thinking, and I just wanted to bring this different way. It's kind of an anarchic way, but it's not really anarchic, it's more like a natural way and an organic way of how things should work, like there's there's no one name, there's no one cult of one or only one person. Oh yes, I present you the CEO. No, it's not like that. There are no CEOs here. We're all holding, we're all the same. We're on the same conditions. You want to take it to Binance? Okay, grab a group of holders. You're sitting in massive earnings. Grab a group of holders and take it to Binance. Take the matters on your own hands. And then I put this in Discord. We made all the channels. And then it started working really well because we had a lot of groups of people working with different ideas, developing different things at the same time. And then that's how we could get it. Like right now, there's one guy that told me, "Hey, I made a Facebook group. Hey, I made an Instagram group. But it's not. I'm not paying them. They just like it. They say, oh, hey, there's no Instagram group of a Spore. Let's make it. And then they say, hey, I made a group of a Spore. Let's just link it on the website. And then we're all working together, all on GitHub. Everything is open. There are no secrets here. I'm not trying to hide like all the mysterious teams, of developers, and there's not only one developer in Spore. And if everyone is listening to this, like you are a developer. If you have ideas, just put it there. We all work together and we're going to make some crazy stuff, because it's going to grow organically, and organisms, when they gather together, they make bigger things.
That's great, Alberto. Actually, I really like the metaphor about the living organisms. It's like it's like the genetic algorithms. Once you have a cell starting, it will grow, it will split, and then you'll have many cells creating their own like organs, different organs, and then you'll have a human after that. So from chaos, you'll have like something great because some groups are doing their thing, are bringing their vision to the project, are trying to build on it as well. It's really great, and this is why what we want to see and what we want you as holders and as participants here, and I see that you are like more than 400, so it's actually great. Is we want you to feel involved and feel free to share. Feel free. Every participation is actually a good participation. Even an article, your ideas, your questions, even if we don't agree, if we disagree, it's something that actually brings up more energy to the groups. We should keep it civil, of course, but it's something that's interesting. And so once we had this, we discussed with all the community what is the best path for Spore. Should we keep it just a reflect token or try to build around it something real? And this is where we had like all the vision to be one of the leading community coins, to have to actually merge a vision about decentralized finance with the mechanisms, with the reflect mechanisms, with the partnerships about farming to bring liquidity to the markets, and also use Spore, this community, the power of this community to be the fuel for an NFT platform, and also to have very innovative NFTs, and maybe one day some people who are well known or artists, or I don't know, can use Spore as a means to create their art actually, and buy it and exchange it and use it actually as a means to do so. So there is a lot in the vision, and the summary of the message here is that Spore is all about the community and all about what everyone brings in, and as Alberto explained it, everyone can participate in this endeavor. Noir, maybe you can give us also your thoughts.
Yeah, I would like to add what you said about that there is like some sort of, it's not chaos what's happening here. There is some sort of order in nature. It just forms organically, and I would like everyone listening to this to watch a video about documentary about the Lauren Carpenter experiment, which is kind of like, let's say it's kind of like an oracle prediction market, more or less. It's about people joining together, connecting their subconscious, so to speak, to play Pong against each other. They are crowds of people basically voting on whether the palette should go up or down. And they actually managed to play the game pretty well. So it was like 100 people voting whether to go up or down, more or less like Twitch plays Pokemon. And another 100 people voting against on the other team. And it's through this chaos, through some sort of untalked consensus, these people managed to play Pong, and I think that's really beautiful. It's in a way it's like how Avalanche consensus works, which is really elegant. I mean, maybe I'm just saying. Maybe I'm just saying stupid things, but I really think we could learn from the Lauren Carpenter experiment.
Okay.
Okay, that's actually a good experiment, and it will show everyone how these types of impacts can be explained, or actually have something similar to watch there, and to find order in something that is almost chaotic, but it's not chaotic, because it's like the stochastic movement that is trending up. So you see small variations in the movement when you zoom in, but you have the trend that is always good. Actually, it's actually like the Spore curve as well. You see these variations when you go zoom in, but the trend and the, let's say, the road is for it to succeed. I noted some questions that we wanted to go through, just to give everyone an overview. So we had a lot of questions about price. Of course, we don't go. No one knows what's going to happen. We hope that this.
I mean, we were kind of surprised about this whole thing. I mean, I woke up one day and they say, "Oh, Spore is pumping," and I didn't expect this pump, to be honest. It's surprised at everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if
But-
we're going to be able to talk about. I want to talk about the NFTs, the version 1 that is about to go. I don't know if.
Exactly. This was the next question about how as Noir just said, we didn't expect it because we had so much as a community. When the Discord, if you go to the Discord, you'll see a lot of discussions about these projects that we want to develop. One of them is what Alberto is mentioning about the NFTs, and we didn't expect it to be so fast that people would say, okay, there is potential in there. There is a community is going building, and Alberto is going to introduce you to this. To these NFTs actually that are being developed right now.
I mean, this is more less abstract. It's more like practical and what's going to happen. Probably, I'm going to launch it. If it's not on this weekend, maybe on the next half of the weekend that is coming. I already finished with all the smart contracts. We gathered 64 pieces of art that came directly from the art channel. With GameTar, we created this. Well, he started the algorithm that shuffles some features the same way as CryptoPunks do. We shuffle it with all the art that was being put on the channel. He created some crazy pieces of art of mushrooms that are mixing pictures, paintings, and we already gathered 64 unique pieces of art, and they are gonna be launched with a time lock of probably I'm thinking I'm gonna put like around 7 days. So I'm gonna deploy the smart contracts and launch the third launch. And then after 7 days, people is going to be able to buy it. So everyone is going to be able to buy, and it's going to be prevented, and it's going to be super fair. And these NFTs can only be traded if you burn Spore, and 100% of the supply is going to be burned. I mean, all the money that you're going to use all the Spore that you're going to use to buy the NFTs is going to be burned. And then and it has an exponential, and the NFTs prices are going to keep increasing over the people that is claiming. But also, I'm adding a special sniper lock. I developed this sniper lock because some people have bots, and of course, if you have let's say fair lunch, and you know exactly the second when it's gonna come, then of course you can just program your bot, and then it can buy exactly at the same second, and it's not so fair. So what I added for tricking these snipers is that it's gonna, because in Avalanche you don't really know how many blocks is gonna have, what is the number of the block that is gonna happen on every time, because it depends on the transactions, and then it's gonna take the number of the block and it's gonna divide it by 3. And if it's divided by 3, then it's gonna unlock the contract and everybody is gonna be able to buy. So if you're the first one, you have only 1 in 3 possibilities to be able to get the first NFT. So this is a sniper time lock that is going to be super fair. This is like this is a concept. I mean, I didn't expect that this will grow so fast. We have been working a little by little. Try to make it the fairest way. And there's no debt funds at all. Like I just did this contract because I wanted it to be the fairest way. And then after that, when you can claim the NFTs by burning Spore, but then after that you can trade them for AVAX. So it's gonna give an aggregated value to what really a Spore has. And what is more, these NFTs are the next step for governance. Which, I mean, we have a couple of projects right now that are going on in governance. And of course, because in Spore, there's not only one developer, so there's at least 2 projects that are proposing a way to do governance. And this first project of NFTs is going to be able to vote to propose what can be the next step or next direction that Spore can go. So I mean, obviously, not really in the more abstract way, but more, for example, okay, we want to lock some liquidity, we want to make some fundraiser, let's say for COVID relief. I heard there's a big COVID relief fundraiser in India, for example, and maybe we can just vote to use, I don't know, to create a development fund or a fundraiser for this, and this is what the NFTs are going to be for, and you're going to be able to buy these NFTs, to burn them and sell them for AVAX, which is going to bring more money to the ecosystem, and also you're going to be able to vote for different proposals in the future using a smart contract. So everything is going to be on the blockchain. So we already finished that. I collaborated like at least with 4 or 5 people, to build the front end is almost finished. I already wrote the smart contracts. I had to gather all the artists' works. And right now, what is missing, what I'm working on, is I'm writing the metadata so that these NFTs are going to be are going to be able to be sold also in other platforms that have just launched that they can trade NFTs, because of course, I mean, they're not going to be only able to be traded in our own marketplace, but because I'm adding this metadata, they're going to be able to be sold in other marketplaces as well. Not necessarily by burning Spore or by doing it only in our marketplace, like, so they can be decentralized, and they're going to have all the interfaces and all the things necessary. So that's why it's taking me 1 more week to do it, because I have to edit the metadata by hand, at least at the beginning. And then after this, then we have other projects with Gamatar. He's working on making other sets of NFTs, that they are going to be algorithmically generated, and people is going to be able to claim it. And, so there's a lot of development going on. I mean, these past weeks, I mean, we were not really focused on the price. We don't really care about the price, but the important is to have fun, and continue developing and doing some crazy. And if more people join, these projects are going to be even more interesting, because people is going to bring their unique point of view.
Maybe Nero Noir, you can share also your experience about the way you collaborate together, and also the NFTs that you're developing, the algorithmically generated ones.
Yes. So when I joined the community, I joined the Discord and saw that people were discussing ideas for the NFT marketplace and such. And they said, "Hey, it would be fun if we could like set some sort of DNA for the NFT, and then make some sort of game where you can plant your NFT, then cross-pollinate them and make rare hybrids and the likes." And so I started working on a 3D NFT display, which is something that not many projects have, even though it's kind of simple, to be honest. But the idea would be to eventually make a full-blown 3D game, or at least as much of a game as something can be on the blockchain, because at the end of the day, the gas fees are the gas fees. But yeah, sort of like I proposed just to make some sort of DNA inside of the NFT, just so you could generate algorithmically mutations from the parent. And that's how I joined, and I loved it, because it was like I just came here, I posted an idea with a series of parameters that could be used for the NFTs and the likes, and everyone was like, "Sure, that looks cool." And that's the spirit. I mean, if you have an idea, if you know how to program, if you have a question, if you're a whale and wanna donate to any of the, for example, the fundraisers Alberto mentioned, if you want to do that kind of stuff, you are Spore. We are Spore.
Thank you, Nair. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say that it's what's really beautiful about this project.
Yeah, that's actually I think it's a great really summary about what this project, why this project works. One, because the people that work with passion and want to explore new things that no one has done, like creating something from biology and doing it on the blockchain, and doing it on this new platform, which is Avalanche. Someone who has an idea about generating algorithmically generated NFTs with a kind of a genealogy from parents to children, from parent NFTs to children NFTs, but that can be algorithmically, not pre-mined, not something that is pre-coded, but something that changes over time. So these are nice ideas and then actually embed it into a video game or into a game. So it's of course it's going to take time. And Alberto, don't worry, if you need one more week, that's okay. We need it to be good. We want it to be to appeal to everyone, and we want the community to be involved. So and thank you, both of you, actually, for shouting out to all the people that helped you, that collaborated with you, because as you said, all people that participated are developers, and even other people that actually went to a lot of length, like Whale here, who spends a lot of time going around finding partnerships, talking to Gecko, to CoinMarketCap, and trying to make us actually visible in the community, and it works. And people who are trying to help others on the groups about how to buy, how to use, how it works, everything around what's the differences between the Binance Smart Chain and the Avalanche platform, and this is actually beautiful. And small parenthesis about why it was developed, why we were actually involved in Avalanche as a blockchain, because a lot of you are coming from Binance. Well, actually, it's quite simple. It has some kind of a revolutionary algorithm that is appealing, that is somehow the first one that changes how consensus is done through a new algorithm that selects actually nodes randomly and so on. And it is fast, and it has fast finality. If you use MetaMask with Pangolin for the first time, I agree that getting your AVAX from an exchange to your MetaMask can be of a hurdle, but there are a lot of tutorials, and it's going to be easier more and more to use it and to use the wallet as well. But if you get it to Pangolin and then you use it, you will see that the speed is actually amazing. And then when you go back to Binance, you see that it's somehow fast, but it doesn't go all like that. I might say it's not like you click and you buy, or you click and you exchange. And finally, when you go to Ethereum, that's something else.
Binance Smart Chain is already choking, and the thing I find the most shocking about Avalanche is that MetaMask is slower to react than Avalanche itself. So sometimes you are awaiting MetaMask confirmation even though it has already happened. It's really crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So
I want to shout out to all the people in the Telegram group, especially Mr. Crypto and all the admins.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're doing such a crazy job. Like, I don't even understand how they can do it. It's crazy. Like, really, I'm so impressed. And you have to understand that nobody is getting paid for anything. Everybody is just doing it because they love the Spore. And you got a bag. It's pumping 20x, it's pumping 50x. Like, why you don't need payment, man. Like, payment is the community that's giving back.
That's actually correct. That's actually great, and it's amazing the way the community reacts and how everyone is involved. I'm gonna give now the chance to everyone to ask questions, actually, because I think we had like 30 minutes of talk. So if you have any questions, raise your hand, or if you're an admin and you have a question, of course, go ahead as well.
I would
we
like
have a lot of hands.
to add a small detail. I would like to shout out also to Guillaume and Luis, who developed the bridge, and well, that was the tipping point of Spore. I want to thank them for their job, and I also want to thank the Olive team, because they helped us a lot with marketing. We had their pool there where just take the live to get a Spore, and the same happened at the Binance Smart Chain side not so long ago, and it was like a symbiotic relationship where people started to move to Spore because we were listed there, and people started to moved to live because we started being listed there, and it was amazing for our growth. And I would like to thank the Olive team from the bottom of my heart. Well, that was about what I wanted to add.
Thank you, and maybe one last shout out, as you mentioned, Guillaume and Louis, to all the French DeFi family who helped a lot to really make this project known. And you don't see it, but we have our in the French group, like everyone is excited because they feel it's theirs, as it is yours, as it is everyone's that wants to join. Everyone is open to contribute, as we said. Okay, so we have time for some questions. Okay, I'm gonna choose actually randomly because a lot of people raised their hands. So I'm gonna have Brian Spence. Allow him to speak. Go ahead. And if okay, I'm gonna get maybe Dark Style to
Hi.
speak. Hello.
Yes,
Hi,
Hello
Brian
there.
here. Brian here. Hi.
great presentation.
Your NFT ideas sound really cool. Yeah. So how do you plan, other than your typical, posts and stuff? How do you plan to market all of this to its fullest? I mean,
Yeah, of course.
because I mean, there's a lot of cryptos at the moment which are doing NFTs. We know it's the kind of in thing, it's the click thing, but yeah, I mean, how do you plan to get yours out? Which kind of brings something different from the rest.
Maybe I can take this one, and Alberto and Aaron, feel free to jump in if you have something to add. So,
Sure.
we had a lot of the technical discussions with Nair and Alberto, and what you also don't see is all the people that work really hard to glue all of this with the marketing, with the partnerships, with relations, and everything comes from individuals. Again, we don't have any type of like it's an order that is created by us being in a consensus. So it's really like a human blockchain here working together, and we have the technical part, we have the partnership part, and everyone brings in their ideas. Now, about the marketing of the NFTs, I think that the first point is who are the people to go to have a strong partnership to market these NFTs. We have our community, we have our groups that are trending and that are gaining followers, but we also have maybe some external people. And here, if you know people that are artists, that are keen, that have maybe galleries or physical galleries, and they want to transform them, that want to participate in this experiment, I'm sure, because I've discussed it with a lot of my the people that I know around me, that they would want to participate, because for the experiment, it's funny. Even if it's not for the money, it's for the experiment, to see it, and when they see it work, they will want to be in it as well. So it will be first a one-to-one marketing. So you want to go to people, to target them, to bring the partnerships. Then one-to-few marketing, meaning that we are going to go to the NFT communities, the specialized communities, and then of course the one-to-all communities from oral channels working together. So it's a strategy that is going to be put together, but again, it's a consensual strategy. There is no like head of stuff that is going to build this. We are going to do it together, and it will work as everything today works, because it's actually an amazing experiment.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask one more?
Of course.
No, buddy, leave me.
Just
Don't worry,
a
Dark
quick
Star,
last
I'll give
one.
you.
Yeah, with your tokenomics in the BSC network, do you plan to move any of the reflections over to BSC where I can gain, or is it going to just strictly be burns for BSC network?
No, it will strictly be burned. This is how it was done from the beginning. As we said, no one can change it. So there is no chip. It's the idea. Go ahead, Alberto.
Yeah, well, basically, if you have 3% reflection and 3% burn in the Avalanche side and 6% in the Binance Smart Chain side, then there is pressure of people returning the tokens and bridging it back to the Binance Smart Chain, to the Avalanche chain. And on the other way, because there's a lot of more buying pressure on the Binance Smart Chain, then there's people that is bridging their tokens from the Avalanche chain to the Binance Smart Chain to do arbitrage. And we are creating a movement of the token. We are making people by interest breach their token and burn 6%, and this increases the burning rate, and this is super beneficial because it's making it's making it more deflationary over time, because of interest. We are not forcing people to breach, but if you want to breach and you wait a little bit, you're going to earn from the reflections. And if you see a good arbitraging opportunity, you're going to breach back. And this movement is actually benefiting everyone because you are increasing the burning procedure. If we had just let 3% on both sides, what would have happened is that nobody would use the bridge. And then if there's less transactions, there's less volume, and there is less burn, and there is less deflation. And that's why we did it like that.
Okay,
Okay.
fair enough. Thank
Well,
you.
Darkstyle.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
I would like to add a small thing. I think PancakeSwap recently introduced NFT prediction markets. Well, that was our idea first. let's be honest. But I would also like to add that a lot of NFT platforms with marketplaces have centralized moderators that decide what's non-copyright infringing, non-illegal material that can be uploaded to the marketplace. We are going to try to do a traditional prediction market where people can, so to speak, vote on whether something is so to speak, suitable for the ecosystem or not. So there will be no central validating entity, but it's more like a crowdfunded thing. Everyone can vote whether this NFT is legal or it's not, so to speak.
It's kind of just to round back, what Nero Noir is referring to is the NFT prediction market that is on our roadmap for Q4. What he says is that even for the legality of it, so if the community says, okay, there is no infringement there, so it's going to be by a vote as well. So it's a nice idea, of course, that needs to be well thought of, but I think the community and Ney will have a good job. Will do a good job by explaining it. I think we have Darkstyle that wanted to speak. Apologies, Darkstyle. Let you wait a bit.
Hello, guys. So far, congratulations. It's a great AMA. I enjoyed every minute of it. So
Thank you.
I was thinking maybe making some kind of mini Spore game with NFTs, and you could pay with with Spore tokens in game, something like that,
Yeah,
of course, man.
Definitely. I mean, I've learned Solidity, and every day, I mean, I've been studying Solidity. I remember I come back from my work. I mean, I come back from the lab, because I'm working in the lab. And from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. every day, I'm just like programming, testing some new NFT things. That's what I already finished with this one, and I'm already bringing new ideas, and it is getting easier and faster to develop new contracts, and it's really nice, and all these games, all these DNA things, I already have it mapped, I have like a list, and I'm writing the functions little by little, and it's all it's gonna be really nice. Yeah, I mean, this idea it's super interesting, and I think it can be implemented, and we definitely had some conversation about it in the Discord before.
So just for Darkstyle, head over to Discord and tell your idea and get a group of people and see how you can leverage Spore to develop it together. And if you're not a developer, you can just ask people, and they're going to be happy to help you as well, or to learn with you also.
Yeah, and I always want to add everyone who has every idea or any idea that we can add value to the Spore Finance family, please share it. Share your ideas. Come up with helping, adding value to Spore Finance.
Yeah,
That's the spirit.
exactly. Some people will say, no, if I have an idea, maybe I keep it secret, and then I can, because it's my secret idea. But actually, if you share it, you can actually make other people work on it, and then everybody is winning. Everybody wins in the end. If more people gather together and they join their forces, then we make an unstoppable force. And it's not about CEOs, it's not about cults, it's about a community, about no faces, it's all together. Yeah, exactly.
Great, man.
Thank you.
That's why I love this community. Great.
Maybe another question from let's say Elise. Here we have someone. I'm allowing him to speak. I don't know if he's here. Okay, I'm gonna get someone else. Let's say Felix, or maybe let's say Riz. Okay, he has a hand.
Hey, thank you so much, guys, for giving me a chance. I liked it so far so much, but I have few questions and few suggestions for you guys as well. If you guys allow me to go ahead with it.
Of course.
Of course, man. That's what we are here for.
Thank you so much. I was wondering if there is any progress about the project that is going to be available in other platforms like Bitmart or all that. That is my first question. I guess I should ask all questions and you guys can answer it, or should I just go one by one?
All
I
questions
guess
at
one
once.
by one is gonna be good.
As you want, yeah.
Yep. So about the availability of the Spore Finance on different platforms in the near future or something. Any update on that?
You're talking about the trading platforms, the centralized exchanges, correct?
The exchanges, yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. So there are many things. First, we are, as we said, we are an open community. There are some people that may send their the submissions to some exchanges. What I can tell you from a personal perspective is that first we build on our dexes. We build partnerships. So we have a submission that is going on today with PancakeSwap to have farm in there. We work with Baguette. We are thinking about the new DEX that is going on Avalanche, going live on Avalanche tomorrow to work together as well. We work with Olive, as Aaron War said. We work with all of these communities to create something strong in a decentralized way. Once we have this in a, let's say, basis, that the base strong, the sexes, which we are already actually sending some forms with them, because we need to have an organization to be in a sex. It's more complex than that. It may happen, but we cannot have a deadline. We cannot have a let's say a promise, because we cannot say that it will be listed in the near future. It's not something, and we don't want to lie also and say it will be in the near future, because the reflection token has tokenomics that are for dexes sometimes complicated, but we are working hard, and we have people working hard to get there.
Yeah, and I have another message, of course. I mean, if you can grab a group of private holders, that are interested, for example, in listing it in Whitebit, just, gather the capital and try to do it for yourself. Yeah, push it for yourself. It's not about asking when is it going to be listed on Binance, but more like, okay, we're going to list it on Binance. Okay, so let's say what documents they need, how it works, and then all we work together. They need API. What do they need? How much they need? And then we can make a fundraiser. We can push the community and we can make it happen. It just depends on how people can organize and can take the initiative to do it. And it's not about, because this is the difference, and this is also something that maybe a centralized exchange is not going to understand.
The recording limit. Yeah. Are we recording again? Yes, we are.
I put it again.
Perfect.
You just want to finish. Yeah, like just take the matters in your own hands, and You need help. The centralized exchanges don't have a hard time because we don't have one CEO. Like if you take the matters on your own hand, you're the CEO. Everyone is the CEO. And then the centralized exchange, they're centralized. They don't understand they don't understand this blockchain thing. They just want to make money. They just want to put everything in one place. And we're all about sharing, about spreading the spore. It's completely. We're gonna just break all the centralized exchanges probably in the near future. So just
Yes,
yeah.
I would also like to add. I think a listing on Binance is like 300K. I don't personally have that amount. I could help with crowdfunding and all that stuff, but it's also true that sexes will need to build special infrastructure because reflection tokens aren't really prepared for sexes. They are run their own internal ledgers, and they wouldn't really benefit from reflection or burning unless they implement some pseudo reflection on their side.
They're gonna get the benefits from your own reflection.
Basically, they bring a lot of volume, but if it's not being reflected, it's as good as nothing. I heard the Sefmon guys are working with some sexes to get this implemented, but so far I think that listing a reflective token on a centralized exchange is gonna be way more expensive than listing any other type of token.
Yeah, so for this question, as we said, there are some people working to make it happen, but technically, even technically, the reflection is not ready for the sexes. Actually, we are way ahead of them in this kind. Riz, you had maybe one last question to give chance to others.
Okay. I had few questions, but I'm gonna just rush it quickly through to you guys, so you guys it's kind of like common questions for all, I guess, something like that. I have questions like that. So the second thing is what is your actual marketing strategy? I mean, as you said that we are gonna go organic. It sounds really good and it's good, but I believe if there is something more professional or team for it, then I think this is going to be something way bigger than the way we are doing to do it right now. And the second thing is with the issue with the trust wallet, that they're we're not getting any increase like that 3%. So is that the issue going to be solved in near future or not? And about one more thing, are you guys planning to burn any more tokens in the future manually? And one last thing, this is it. And when are you guys planning to have a AMA on video? So proper AMA to have a video chat and we ask questions and you guys answer.
We'll do it on Twitch.
I'm gonna definitely wear a mask. I'm just saying that.
Just to go through the questions very quickly. Okay, so the actual marketing strategy, as I explained earlier to Dark, we have people working on it, but as Alberto said, if you have ideas, please share them, and if you want to participate, as this is a community token again, please do it. But
people join. People, the rapper is Nisi. He's just he likes the project. He's probably gonna be part of it. And we're gonna keep building partnerships because people is gonna like the idea. And people that have a lot of audience. And they're gonna keep building together, and it's gonna keep growing organically, and it's gonna keep getting bigger, and we're gonna manage some partnerships. And it's gonna be.
Just about that. So we have with Alberto, with Ney, with Whale, with Louis, with Guillaume, with some people from the community. We have actually started to structure things about development on one side, operations, marketing, and social. So we have started to have a skeleton of a structure, more professional, an order inside the chaos. We like this. We like an order inside the chaos. So we have something ordered like the engine, and then the people around can build together, so we can all steer in the same direction. So it is something that is going on. Trust wallets, again, it's BSC, and there is no mechanism for reflection in BSC. We explained that. Burn tokens, it's up to the holders. If holders say in the future, okay, I think it's a good moment to burn, or we think that it's a good moment to run a competition like the one that we just shared, and I advise you to share it with your friends to spread the spores, and we want to spread the spores again, they will do it. So it's not up to us actually, as it's just community members.
You have to say mechanism of burn of we with the NFT version 1, all the fees, all the things, all the claims that they're going to, all of it is going to be burned. So that's going to increase the burn. How we're going to burn more? We're going to make this version 1 NFTs, and it's going to burn more the supply. It's going to put more pressure on it, and even after that, you can trade it for AVAX. So it has an aggregated value on it. So you burn, but you create value. You know, that's the idea.
And finally, the
I
AMA.
would also like to add 2 things. One is Trust Wallet is currently considering integrating with Avalanche, so you will maybe be able to use the bridge straight from Trust Wallet like very soon. But as we said, Binance Smart Chain is always going to have a 6% burn. You will have to transfer it to Avalanche. I hope that the Trust Wallet team will make the experience much smoother, but well, the things are, we can't solve that. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that the first thing I'm gonna propose when NFTs and governance go up is to build a treasury, because I think that burning tokens is okay, but the burn address actually counts as a holder. So reflected tokens are soaked into the burn address. This means that as time passes, actual reflection has more weight on the burn address, and the burn ratio accelerates while the reflection ratio decelerates. So I think it would be more worth it to set up some sort of smart contract address where we could make pseudo burns that accrue some weight, some reflection weight, to later redistribute this reflection weight in some other way. That would be sort of like a treasury. The details are to be discussed, of course, because we don't even have governance still in place. But I wanted to propose that a way to make a black hole that through reflection generates revenue that can be awarded to more people.
And we can vote. We can vote, for example, if you want to get listed, for example, in Binance, and there's 300K in the treasury. If everyone can vote on it, we can just give it to Binance and we can get it listed. You know, by the power of the community. Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead with it. I'm sorry to mention it, but there is this other crypto. It's kind of recently, they like 2 months old, and they kind of did the same thing to raise funds for even to create their own exchange. And so I'm sure that the community gonna donate money to the good cause. So that's kind of like the good idea to go for raising funds for whatever you guys need it. So I guess you guys should go ahead with it.
Thank you.
Definitely one.
Thanks, man.
One last question here, maybe for let's say, okay, Roland wants to speak. Let's say.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry, I had to tap it on mute. So actually, I don't have any questions. I just wanted to let you know that I own a marketing and production and post-production agency, and if you need like any help, I can do it for free for you, because I invested on this and I see this as a good opportunity, So if you need like any help with designs, with videos, to boost this, just message me or let me know how to reach out to you, and I'm willing to help you.
Amazing.
Perfect. I'll reach out, of course.
Yeah. This is what the Spore
I
is
have like
about.
a lot of experience and a good background in marketing and stuff, so I can help you a lot, I
Amazing.
can help myself too, but I'm just saying that I'm willing to help in this project.
Perfect.
Amazing. You see,
Okay, so I think
yeah, I wanted to just say that I'm regularly going into the chat. You can message me. I'm in Discord. I try to message everyone as I can. I'm gonna try to join more if you have any more questions, because maybe other people have more questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna try to be more around the voice chat, or in Discord. Where I can just turn on the microphone, and while I'm developing, we can just talk, and I mean, it's really accessible, it's not like other projects, like you have to beg, for weeks so they can just look at you. No,
Yeah.
man, like we're just here, we're just chilling, and I really love developing. And I told you, I come back from my house from 6 to 2 a.m. every day because I really like it. I really
Yeah.
enjoy developing, and I mean, if some other people can be joining in and we can develop together, it's amazing.
Yeah. I also see it like this. Like we all need to help on this project. Each one who has experience on something, so we can make it bigger and bigger.
of course, that's great. That's great.
Yeah,
Sam,
guys.
can
So maybe someone else has any questions. So I'm not taking much time here, but just want to let you know, guys.
Okay.
Okay, last question, because we are way over time. So let's say, who wants to speak? Farouk. Okay, Farouk. Farouk.
Hey, hello, sir.
Hello.
So, I have a question for you for the Q4 in 2021 for the NFTs prediction market.
Yeah.
If Spore would be in Q4 in 2021, so what is your next step to the Q5? Maybe
Yeah.
next year, or
No, there's no. Sport is not going to reach finality because it's going to be determined by the community, and that's why we're going to set governance first. So then, when we set governance, as we are developing the NFT prediction market, there is already going to be a Q5, and all the developers can gather around, because there's no one team. All the developers are going to gather around, and we're going to develop towards this Q5, and then there's going to be governance, and then there's going to be a Q6. And it's going to be like this because it's organic. It's going to keep growing and growing and growing.
Yes, and I would also like to add, if you're a developer and want to contribute some module to the website and such, don't be shy. I mean, if it's good, it probably doesn't even need governance to go through. If it's just a positive addition, just do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, there is no barrier of entry here.
And actually the long-term vision, maybe even as Alberto said, Q5, Q6, Q7, and actually the long-term vision is to be the leading community coin. So it's really community for finance, and building stuff by the community, building the ecosystem together. And once you understand that this is how this works, it's great. And Alberto explained it very well.
It's based on the principles of blockchain, of decentralization, of working all together. Like, what I mean, you are betraying. If you have only one single team, you are just betraying what blockchain means. It has no sense for me, at least, in my opinion. Other people can have their opinion.
Yes, I mean, if we disagree, we can always have fork. So,
okay.
There will be farming or stocking something.
There are some farming ideas coming up, I think.
Yeah, there are two ideas. In fact, one of them is the game, which will, of course, you will be able to farm NFTs. And the other idea was the treasury itself, to get shares of the treasury that grant you some sort of this reflection accrued by the treasury. This could allow us to build liquidity without friction for the pool, because I'm not sure if you know, but autocompounders technically sell one of the assets and thus decrease the price because they They are selling to keep up with inflation and absorb market share from people that are not using the autocompounders. But we we're in the process of designing a formal proposition of what's called a Cordyceps network. Cordyceps network will allow participating projects to build liquidity via suboptimal autocompounding strategies. And this this farming component where you stake shares of the treasury to generate more spore via reflection. This can be used for these compounding strategies, and I think that's kind of cool.
Guys, there's been some hardcore debates these months on the Discord channel. Like every day, we have been talking about these themes. You know, like questioning everything that is established, everything. Because I mean, if Spore is gonna be on the top, you know, it's because it's gonna be innovating all the time. Like this is what's gonna differentiate it from everyone. Like we're just not gonna fork like the most successful project in that blockchain and start it. No, we're just gonna build it from scratch and we're gonna make a new thing, new concepts all the time, and then people is gonna fork from us. But when they're just trying to fork from us, we're gonna be already doing another thing and another thing, and they're not gonna be able to catch up. It's the same way as Uniswap. Uniswap is Uniswap because it's always innovating, because it's always taking it to the next level, and it's exactly the same idea we're gonna have. I mean, we don't want to fork anyone. We want people to fork us.
And if someone forks us, we won't say no to a partnership because that's cool. I mean, we can cooperate. We have the same code base. We could use your, I don't know, we have fungi and you have fairies. We could cross them and just use them in the same platform. They could be compatible.
Okay, so thank you everyone for listening. We've been a bit over the time here, 1 hour and 15 minutes. We have the recording. We just need to stitch it together because it stopped at the middle. We want to thank you. We want to thank the community. We want to thank everyone who is involved. And you can always reach us, of course. And you can always send us messages if you have questions or if you have ideas. And we hope Spore keeps growing as it is today, and we'll keep you posted. Thank you all.
From zero to kill the zero.
Thank you, Alberto. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna end the voice chat now.